I tried getting up to not fall, and my knee popped out.
It was like on the back of my calf, it was really tight.
I felt my skin stretch like elastic.
Like I could not walk.
When the bones came back together, I felt them rub together, like the knuckle sensation.
Like I stretched too much and it popped. My name is Dustin. I've been training here for, let me see, I think it was about a year before, a little under a year before I got injured, and I am 24.
Okay, my name is William Mendoza. I signed up back in 2021, like around August, September.
Life was looking good. It was really fun, carefree, just training every day, just like gym, Muay Thai, work. It was really good, and then I got injured, and that was like, fuck.
Well, my life before I was injured, I was pretty much truck driving and training Jiu-Jitsu, training Muay Thai and mixed martial arts. I was doing CrossFit. Like maybe the last 6 months before my injury, I was training pretty heavily. I was training like about 2 hours a day, an hour of CrossFit and an hour of Muay Thai, and I was doing that for like about a good 4 months straight, 5-6 times a week. Yeah. The day I got injured, I was sparring. I was in a Muay Thai clinch, what they call, and one of the members he went to sweep me. He did a good sweep, and I went to my right. I landed laterally to my right with my right foot or my right leg planted sideways laterally. And instead of taking the fall, I tried like sort of getting up. I think if I would have taken the fall, I don't think nothing happens. I think everything is good. But as I was falling, I tried getting up to not fall, and my knee popped out. I felt my skin stretch like elastic. When the bones came back together, I felt them rub together, like the knuckle sensation. Yeah, and I knew it didn't hurt, it wasn't painful, but I knew something was off. Just based on that, the way that felt, I knew something was off. So I was like, fuck, that didn't feel good. They gave me the bad news. They're like, oh, you tore your ACL. You need reconstruction, ACL reconstruction for your knee, so.
I didn't acknowledge it at first. I knew something was wrong, and I just kind of like gave it a little time, and then I kind of started training again, gave it a little time, and then I felt like pops here and there, but I was like, well, it's not hurting, so I kept training, and I just kept making it worse. Exactly, I didn't have insurance, so that was very frustrating. I was like, my mindset at the time, I was like, oh, I'm young, you know, like I'm healthy, like nothing's wrong, I can like fix my body, I heal fast, this and that. So I got an ACL tear. I think it was like probably like a grade 3, so it was like pretty bad. And then I got a meniscus tear. Yeah, so they They used my tendon to put in a new graft, my quad tendon, and then they trimmed off my meniscus.
Full ACL reconstruction. So I went in on May 11th, and I went in for surgery. The surgery was about 4 hours long or 3 hours long, something like that. I don't remember. And I had already known about that injury before, and I knew it's a long recovery. It's about 9 months to a year for a full recovery. So the first week was probably the toughest as far as pain is concerned. It was very painful. I can barely move it. I can barely walk. I couldn't walk. I was just pretty much bedridden for most of the first couple of weeks, and then when you can finally get up, it's painful. Government agency as the Office of Property Custodian. That's pretty tough. That was pretty tough because I'm 40 years old, so I want to say I was probably in the best shape of my life as a 40-year-old man, more than I've ever been my whole life. And so to go from that, being able to run, do CrossFit, train, Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu all in one day, to just struggling to get out of bed, it was kind of a mind fuck.
And like, I kept trying to reset my mindset and trying to be optimistic, but over time, dude, that shit like eats at you. It's like, oh man, nothing's working. And so I just had to let go and just like be patient, and all the anger, frustration at myself, and I was like blaming myself, angry at myself. It was a lot of things that I had to like let go of. So day one, I was so committed. Like they told me, right when you get home, you got to start doing exercises. I was so committed. Like I still am committed to recovering. But I came home, first hour, I laid down, iced and everything. Then I started having to move it, and it was so swollen and tight, but I had to like pull it back like as far as I could. And it was like, I wasn't sure how far to pull it back, but I was like you can feel it. And it was like it was hurting, but I was like, I know I'm supposed to do this. Am I doing too much? And so I just kept doing it. It wasn't so depressing at first, but I think later on, like once like 2-3 months, like not working out, like not going to the gym, I was stuck in the house. I wasn't working. I was just playing video games, and like I was becoming like an angry person, and I was like very, because like I couldn't move my body. I felt like anxiety in my body building up, and then I just like didn't feel good. Like just sitting there, I felt anxious.
And you just start to like, I started to curse out like God. I was like, fuck, like what the fuck, like what did I do, like, you know, why me? Like, so it was pretty hard. It was pretty tough. I had some friends that helped me out through that. I feel obviously now not looking back, but some people were like, dude, like, you know, it's a speed bump. Don't think of it like it's over. It's just a speed bump in your life. You know, you'll get back into it. Probably praying. I started to pray after this. One of my friends, she sort of put me on into, you know, whenever you're sort of going through stuff, you know, maybe just take it easy and take a deep breath and, you know, pray. And, you know, stuff happens for a reason. And I owe her that. I owe her that for that part of my life. Also, Dustin's helped me out a lot. He has the same injury. It happened two months prior, before me. So he's 2 months ahead of me in the recovery, and he's helped me out a lot too through it. I owe him a lot as well. He's very good at keeping me grounded and making me sort of feel, you know, like, dude, we're gonna get through this. Like, you know, I know it's a long recovery, but you know, it's nothing that we can't get through. So, you know, you'll get through it. So, yeah, definitely.
Lynn, so there's this girl from another gym, and she has an ACL tear too. She's 2 months behind me, so she's the same time as Will right now. So I started seeing her like, she had her brace, and she was kicking and sitting down and boxing, and she was doing something, and I was like, oh, you know what? I could do something. Okay, if she could do it, then I could do it. So that gave me the motivation to like start doing it, and then start getting out of my mental block a little bit. It's a little bit of fear of like hurting again, you have to like, it's a balance. It's like you gotta be careful. You don't want to do too much. You don't want to do, you don't want to be too scared either. Moving is good for it. It's like a balance you gotta find. It's a little tricky.
Probably 3 months in, 3 months in after, but I just came into to do boxing. I tie up my knee brace, I lock it up, and I'm just doing like light boxing. I'm not really 100% back.
Oh yeah, so I was just like, I would talk to him on the phone all the time. I was like, hey bro, like we're going to the same shit. Let's bulk up. Let's focus on our workouts. Let's get this rehab in.
That's one thing I want to take very serious when I get back is recovery on your body, especially at my age.
It's focusing on what I can do right now. It's boxing. I haven't pivoted yet, but yeah, it's like boxing mainly. Just getting better hands. Don't be so attached to the outcome of like wanting to get back in there that you rush into it. Like it's better to be safe than sorry, because if you come back early and it's like a serious injury, that might take you out. Like it might never be the same for the rest of your life. And if you're planning to do this for longevity, then it's better to just be on the cautious side.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can go back to it. I'm hoping that I can resume where I left off, and I just hope everything turns out. I think at the rate that I'm going, I'm pretty sure I will be back 100%. Maybe in about 6 months to 8 months, I should be back. I wish it was tomorrow, but you know, it's not. It's going to be a long recovery. So that's where Dustin's like helping me. Like, oh, it's a long recovery. Like, don't think of the end game. He always says, you know, you gotta like sort of, you know, be in the moment and so work in the moment. Like my friend Javier said, learn how to fall. Learn how to fall as far as when you're you know, when you're doing these type of activities. And advice: take recovery serious.